Hello again, Subaru fans. Today we have one of the more random Subarus. It's called the Alcyone or Alcyone. That's Wikipedia telling me. Alcyone. This is named after the brightest star in the Pleiades constellation. And SVX stands for Subaru Vehicle X. Alright. This is made by Kyosho. I had no idea Kyosho ever made this thing. I just bought it locally, and I looked at the bottom of this thing and it says Kyosho on it. You'll see it's used. You can literally see the dust outline, so this thing, and also the tire oil there. So I don't know how old it is, but if anyone knows, please leave a comment. So what else did I learn here? This could have been an all-wheel drive or front-wheel drive vehicle. It has a flat 6-cylinder engine, and that engine is 3.3 liters, making around 230 horsepower. Around 24,000 of these were made worldwide. There was never a successor, though. This was Subaru's first entry into the luxury performance market, but I think it might have been just a little too radical for its day. It doesn't have real windows like in the traditional sense. This part doesn't open. Only the tiny windows open. So window within window, very much like a Countach or a DeLorean. And so imagine going through a ticket booth or something like that. That might have been impractical. This was designed by Giugiaro, who designed many a fine-looking Italian vehicle, being Italian himself. And so I can see, this is a pretty attractive car, especially for its day. I think still relatively attractive. Yeah. Looks relatively aerodynamic as well, and turns out that this thing would go 500 miles or 800 kilometers on one fuel tank. So it got like 25 miles per gallon or 9.4 liters per 100 kilometers. I don't know why Wikipedia has it written that way. Kilometers per liter would make more sense, right? Anyways, one other note to the durability of Subarus. In 1991, a couple of guys won the Alcyone Rally with this thing. So that's a winter rally that starts in Seattle, goes to the North Pole, well, it goes to the Arctic Circle, and then it comes back. So, pretty impressive. Enough with that, so let's get into this thing. This is a nice metallic, it's like a metallic greenish blue gray. I see all three of those colors in this, bluish. I don't know, maybe less green. Maybe it's just a blue gray. Alright. So the wheels here, typical of Kyosho, they look very good. They look like those photographs. The lug nut details look fantastic. There's air passing between those openings there. The curvature of the tires is good too. Kyosho always has different treads for all their castings. Those look like all-weather tires. A big problem with Kyosho is they never write a copyright date. So it's nice to tell you the scale, what the car is, who made it, but it doesn't tell you when this thing was made. But it can't be too old because it actually is screwed together. A lot of the really old ones are just press fit together. So yeah, it rolls quite a bit because there's a lot of gap between the tires, but this tire's a bit jacked up. Maybe I just gotta... Ooh, it's getting hard. Very few of my Kyoshos, the tires have gotten really hard from age. This feels pretty hard, so this might be the case with this one as well. It really scares me about all these more premium brands. Like in 10 years, are all the tires gonna harden and crack in half? So that eventually there's going to be a big aftermarket of people just making tires to replace all the tires on these old castings. Same casting. Oh wait, no, they're not the same casting. So you'll see this is cutting into the wind, this spoke. It's doing it the same here. Interesting. And that is matching the photographs. I would have thought they'd just have one casting, but no, they actually have two different casted wheels because they're both cutting into the wind forward-wise, just like the photos. Alright, so we have a little raised bump for the side marker painted orange. The door handle looks fantastic as well. I mean, there's literally depth behind it. There's a keyhole area. Unfortunately, there's a paint blistering going on, which is common with Kyoshos. The window within the window thing is looking pretty good because these are raised ridges painted black. Alright, so I think the whole greenhouse is one piece of plastic actually, and then they just painted the roof that color. But they painted it well. It looks the same colors on the casting. A lot of times this will look different because there's light getting through the bottom. But because this is a metallic paint, I think that's why it looks good. If it was just plain green or plain blue, it might not look the same shade as on a dark surface, like zinc metal. Alright, the mirrors, yeah, they're just standard separate molded mirrors. They're casted well, no reflectivity though. And then going to the front, we got the nice lenses, headlights here. And I'm just trying to look through behind those lenses. It does look like there's two light buckets back there. Yeah, there's silver paint and a light bucket, a second light bucket, almost, and then I think there's the pin going into the casting. So it looks like there's three lights in a way. A little grill here, yes. I think this is just black plastic here. There's some ribbing here in the radiator vent. There's a tiny vent here. I think that's painted black as well. And then we have this logo. What's this thing look like? Alright. I've never seen that logo before. This must be a JDM model or something. Looks pretty good. You can see, you know, some roughness in the paint rash going on there. Wiper blades, they're raised and painted black. Yeah. You can see some of the interior, nice ribbing on the seats. The steering column actually has the levers for the blinkers and the wiper blades. Pretty nice. Let's go to the back. So nice thick clear lenses here, and they painted on the orange marker on the outside. But this I don't think is paint. I don't know, it's just a white rectangle. I don't know how they do that. Or possibly maybe this entire thing is clear and they painted the red and the orange. I'm not sure. But behind it, you have silver paint getting through. Subaru is nicely done. It's very small, but legible. What's weird is I don't see anything saying SVX or Alcyone. Strange. Okay, tailpipes look good. They're very thin, like slots. Unfortunately, I can't. There we go. So there's a little bit of depth to them. Alright, so that looks accurate to the photos. There's a rear wiper blade, raised and painted black. Yeah. Where's the fuel filler? Oh yeah, there it is. Okay. Back shelf there looks alright. Some speaker details. Sadly with Kyosho's it's just black, but I think looking at the photographs it might be a black interior. Well, let's get a flashlight and see if there's any good molded details. Yeah, the rear seats have ribbing as well. We have the shifter there. Nice steering wheel. Yeah, nothing in the instrument binnacle. I wonder if this had like a digital dashboard, because that thing's totally flat, that dashboard area. Alright, but I guess the highlight is it actually has the blinker and the windshield wiper stalks. That's interesting. I guess other models have it too. It's just this might have been one of the few times I've actually commented on it. Alright, let's compare it to a couple other models. Kind of vanishes on this background, right? It's almost the same color. It's just a dark car. That's why I don't like dark vehicles. Okay, so I'll put a couple of the Subarus here. We have one of the earlier Imprezas, and I think this is the first generation Impreza Wrx Sti from 1994. You only know that because it says it on the bottom, and this is by BM Creations. And BM Creations is pretty cool. On many of their models, they give you a second set of wheel sets, and you can adjust the ride height. So this is in the lowered ride height. But this might be the original factory wheels. They also have some harnesses on the inside. So a lot of great details by BM Creations. Alright. Here's a nice dealership model. Just show you the bottom. It just says Subaru Sti 164. But it doesn't tell you who made it. It doesn't tell you when it was made. That's my own little sticker saying this is the 3rd generation. And it's got chromed mufflers. But it's really well done. I think. I think it looks nice. It's nice pearlescent white. And it's huge. It almost looks out of scale. I don't know. But it is a much more modern WRX, so here's another modern one, and this is by a brand called JKM. And again, they don't tell you when the model is made, but this is currently selling right now, you know, AliExpress, eBay, or wherever, and they're pretty cheap too. The only issue with this guy is it has very Hot Wheels style thickness on this vertical wing here, struts, and actually the wing itself, because they're actually cast metal, this wing. The rest of it looks pretty good. It's just the wing really ruins the look of it, I think, but it was pretty cheap. So I'm going to put this on the other side. So I do think these actually are all to scale. It's just that modern vehicles are huge, right? We have 2 different brands going on with the modern stuff. And if this is the very first Impreza, that's a small vehicle to begin with. And so I think this makes sense, actually. Yeah, alright. Okay, well, it's another fine Kyosho. I've said it many times before, Kyoshos are not the best brand because they don't seem to really want to advance as a company. Even the very latest Kyoshos you can buy today, they're okay. They're just not keeping up with like Inno64 LCD model as far as the amount of work put into them. So Kyosho seems to be abandoning 164. I think they actually did abandon 164. If you go to their website, they have almost no information on 164 stuff. They seem to just concentrate on large scale models and Mini Zs, which are relatively cool looking RC cars. Alright, well anyways, I'm glad I got this one because I now remember this car. I remember reading about this back when I read magazines, and yeah, it's pretty neat. Alright, well thanks for watching. I'll see you the next time I get a Subaru in. Bye.